Is tipping culture overrated or is it right on? Now, do we dare to vote in the next presidential election for Republicans? We're going to find out. And did Joe Biden really have a holy hell, why am I here moment? Anyway, we'll get into these topics right here, right now on Wrong Real. All right, everybody, and welcome to Raw Real Politics, where we, the people, have had enough podcast. I'm your host, Ty Jensen, and happy Tuesday. It feels so good to be back here right with you guys, and today we have an amazing show because we need to talk about and discuss certain topics that really need to come to the forefront, especially social and cultural. And I want to know what your thoughts on these, so leave a comment below and we can get back to you. We really want to hear what your opinion is, especially from wherever you are in the United States. I know right now, doing this podcast, we have a heat wave here in Utah, and it is 90 degrees. And for some of you guys, maybe 90 degrees isn't that much, especially if you're from the Las Vegas area where it's almost 100, maybe 110. It's ridiculous. But for right now, where we just exited spring and we're entering summer, this heat wave is unprecedented and it really sucks. I can only imagine if you lived in like maybe the Midwest, where you would have to school pass with the heat and the humidity. I can only imagine. So God bless you guys live in a humidity state. Anyway, let's first dive into this first topic. This is a really important topic to really have had, and it's all about tip culture. Now, tipping should be one of those that you've done a good service, where you provided a product that you were happy about and you want to give a tip. Food industry is synonymous with tip culture, but has it gone too far? I mean, we've seen all those, we've seen the videos where even going to Walmart self-checkout, they are asking for intents for a damn machine asking for a tip. Now, what do you guys have to say about this? Because I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Listen, I've worked in the food industry sector, and I'll tell you this: we have to work our collective asses off for those tips. When you have to sit here and make food, prepare it, and serve it, that requires you. Not requires you, but that should require basically a gratuity tip to a certain degree. Now, when we got people that are working at coffee shops, that the customers get really pissed when you flip out the little iPad around. But here's the thing: this is what I want to say to the people at coffee shops. It's not for the person that stands there and rotates that little screen. That's not who you give the tip to. Those tips goes towards all the other staff as well. And it's not just coffee shops, it's everywhere. From these delivery restaurants and service providers. This is exactly when I say service providers, I don't mean paying your internet bill. What I'm saying is somebody that does a service like a plumber, an electrician, somebody that actually does something in the trades for a living. Maybe they're a general contractor, or a handyman who figure out the problem. They're the people that deserve the tip because they went through a trade and provided a product and or service to acquire that gratuity. Now, tipping percentages is a whole other topic. Now, normally, if you go to a restaurant, it's between 18 to 20% if they do really good. Now, if you do a really shitty job, obviously you might get 5 to 10% depending on the way they carry themselves, their attitude, as far as their verbiage. Were they rude? Were they mean? Were they disgruntled? Were they just dismissive of you? Now, that requires that you get 5-10%, like I said. But when they do a really good job, and I've been even going to 50% if the bill is really low at some places, in some areas, at some restaurants. But if the service is really great, you get a really good tip. And that's not, maybe it's, I've also seen somebody that's a bartender. I probably shouldn't say that out loud, but she makes really damn good tips. Being a bartender, even though I absolutely am disgusted by the industry, because for me, I think it promotes DUI and it makes unsettling social and cultural nuisance, not nuance, nuisance, and you glorify alcoholism, and you glorify being outside your right mind. And I'm saying that as a sober person, but I just stand for the arguments. It's not going to take away the fact that millions of people love it, and she makes really good tips, but she also does a damn good job. I can't help but smoke them off. A product and service. Where do you think that being tipped went way too far? That is the biggest question. Where do you think? And please leave your comments, your thoughts and feelings down in the comment section. I want to really know what you think about tip culture. Has it went too far? And I want to know also what your secondary thought about this is, as far as restaurant and service industry, as far as like hotels and restaurants. How much do you leave? Do you think it all? And when I say service and hospitality industries, let's exclude, okay? Let's exclude the McDonald's, the Wendy's, the In-N-Out burgers. Let's forget all those fast food. Let's forget the Chick-fil-A's. Forget all those industries. Yes, they work their ass off, absolutely. But do they also make a pretty damn good living, even if you start out? McDonald's, where I live here in Utah, starts about at $16 an hour. Now, if you're in like California, for instance, with Gavin Newsom signing that $20 minimum wage bill that basically excludes Panera Bread because they make their own bread, that was the catch, and because that was one of his biggest donors in the campaign. But outside those industries of fast food, what do you tip the person giving you a service and or product? I'm curious to see what you guys have to say about that. So let's move on. This is a really concerning thing as we go about this. And we're going to talk about Joe Biden for a second. I know he's not everybody's favorite cup of tea right now. We're going to talk about him. The biggest thing with Joe Biden is the fact that he is not mentally all there, and the Democrats are just pushing him out into the public forum. I think he is absolutely damn dog shit and disgusting that he is an 80-plus-year-old man. He literally poops himself, and we've seen on multiple occasions where he is defecated in his depends. I have said this time and time again that Joe Biden is one double scoop ice cream cone away from having a full-on stroke and or heart attack and just dying. Now, some people want to sit here and disagree with me, saying, "Oh, Ty, you're being way too mean." No, I'm really not. Holy hell, that's the honest to God's truth. He is probably, without having a fatal fluke accident, he's closer to getting to God than we are. He is that old. He's not going frail. He's already senile. We already know that. His vision might be better. But his bodily functions, as far as his back core are concerned, are not there. Maybe it's pancreatitis. Maybe that's not the leak. Hopefully, he doesn't have to have a catheter or a cath bag. That would be horrible. He's the president of the United States. I know he has a lot of handlers around him. He knows like Jill is always by his side. But here's the thing: if you're in front of a lot of cameras, we've seen this in the recent. Yesterday or the day before, where he was with Kamala Harris, and I call her Camel Harris, but don't judge me, it's fun. But when we see him with her, and let's just go here for a second, if something were to happen to him, that's who we're stuck with as President of the United States before the election of President Trump. Really? Kamala Harris? I really do not want President Trump to be the 48th president. I really want him to be the 47th president. And I really hope Joe Biden can make it to the end of his first and only presidential term. And let's not get that wrong. But as we seen yesterday and the day before, he was with there was like a Juneteenth event, even though it's not Juneteenth yet. But it was a celebration to promote Juneteenth. Joe Biden lost. We have the video up on Ron Real rawrealpolitics.com or rawrealpolitics.com. We have it up on our YouTube and Rumble page as well. But you look at that, if you look at it, and just take it all in and just step back and realize this man is just standing completely vertically straight. His hands are right by his side, and he is looking off into space. Like he just ate like an entire 10-pack of pills. He is just lost in space. He has no idea what the hell's going on. He has no idea what the celebration's about. He's just physically there. Not like he's enjoying herself and platform and music. But Joe Biden, President of the United States, the leader of the free world, the leader that every other leader looks to the United States, to the President of the United States for help and guidance, is lost in the sauce. And you can tell he's not drunk, he's not stumbling around. Okay? He's not drugged out. Well, he might be drugged out on pretty much every pharmaceutical that you can have to keep him upright like that. But you can tell mentally, cognitively, that man is not there. This man should not be running for re-election at all. You can have your thoughts, in the comments again, but I'm going to tell you right now, just seeing that video, and you can go look at it yourself. In fact, you know what? I will link. I'll put a link to the video in the description. But you can tell, as of right now, this man should not run for re-election. Not just the fact that he spoils himself, maybe pisses himself. It's probably no fault of his own. He's 80 years old, for piss sakes. I mean, let's face it. He needs to be resting, eating tapioca pudding in a nursing home, and eating double fudge or mint chocolate chip ice cream or whatever the hell he wants. Just give him whatever he wants. I don't care if it's a Salisbury steak and he has to put dentures in. I really don't care what he has to do. But this man is not mentally or physically fit to hold office of the presidency of the United States. Now, God bless me as handlers. They're probably sons. They're probably running with like chickens with their head cut off, running around trying to figure out what to do every 2 seconds, because a person with dementia, what they like to do is they like to get up and walk, and they have to be guided. President Biden has been looking a lot more agitated. That comes with being memory deficient, and he really is. But the fact that the DNC, the Democrat National Committee, is playing for this older individual for re-election for the presidency is asinine. It is elderly abuse. Now, you can sit here and look at President Trump. He has billions of dollars. He has the tactic to go get the best doctors, the best medications. But the thing about him is he is an 80-year-old who still has it. He's not one of these frail, senile old people that have just lost it in time. No, he is with it. He is cognitive. He can walk upright. He is strong. He plays golf. President Biden needs to be basically walked side by side everywhere he goes. Before he leaves a room, I guarantee handlers are pulling down his pants and saying, "Sir, Mr. President, sir, look at me. We're going to change your diaper now." So please bear with this. Please keep your hands to yourself. Sir, we're trying to change your diaper before you go out in front of all these people or the media or guests. I guarantee the A's and the staffers at the White House are having this conversation and doing those deeds for him. He is not to for re-election, and that's the entire basis of this conversation right now. You saw clear evidence with that video that I'm putting in the link in the description. You can tell that he is just looking forward, lost in space. He did a fist bump with the guy on his left. Admirable. Okay, I'm glad he had cognitive function for 3 seconds. And that's fine. However, you can totally tell that he is lost. The Democrats should be ashamed of themselves. Are they going to admit they're ashamed? No, they're trying to carry this out as long as they can because they do not have a plan B. They do not have a backup plan at all. And that is completely sad, completely pathetic, and completely, absolutely asinine, unintelligent, and practically vicious. This is a malicious attempt for talking points. I even hate talking about it because we're going to talk about somebody that needs to be in a residential home or a nursing home. That needs to sit here and have senior assisted living 24/7. A guy that's about to be on hospice, it looks like. I mean, shit. I'm not going to back off my stance. He's one, scoop away with ice cream from having a stroke. Again, leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this. Is this abuse of the elderly? Is this meticulous? Is this planned? Are we being psyoped? Are we being manipulated somehow? Could he just be doing this as a ruse? That could also be a possibility. This could be an absolute ruse. He could be just acting like he's a dumbass, acting, proving himself, convincing himself. He can act like he's not there, man. And maybe he's not, or maybe he is, but maybe he's fake. It could just be a ruse. We don't know. I'm kind of hoping it's the latter for mental health's sake. But we have got some serious issues, and he really needs to step aside. The problem is, who's the DNC going to get? Gavin Newsom? Well, America already knows they don't want him because look what they did to Sacramento, look what they did to San Francisco, Oakland, LA, San Diego. I can keep going, but do you really want a California-like United States, not just southern and Pacific Coast California, not even the interior of California, just the Pacific coastline of California with all them liberal bullshit policies? Do you really want that spread out to the other 49 states? No. No, we don't. It's Kamala Harris. She is the biggest moron on the planet. We all talk about AOC and how she was a bartender. I would seriously rather have a bartender again rather than have Kamala Harris as president of the United States. Oh, God, can you imagine? I mean, that would be like Michael Scott finding out when Toby came back from the office and be like, no! It would be that moment. We've all seen the clip. It would be that moment. We're like, no, God, no. No. Hell no. It would be like if your dog pisses on the carpet and you smack its nose with like a newspaper. It'd be kind of like that, but with Kamala Harris in charge. We the people have to hear the nose with a newspaper every day. We don't want to see that. So we really hope that Joe Biden can just get through November 5th. Listen, after November 5th and Trump is declared victory and he somehow gets through December and the election is certified, even though the Democrats have already come out and said they're going to thwart any effort to certify that election in attempts to not have it go through because they want this 2025 stop Trump at all costs plan and to make sure that he does not take or regain the presidency in 2025 in January. Oh, that's their plan. We're going to get into it on Raw Real Politics. Trust me, we're going to get into that in another segment on Raw Real. Oh, yes. But that's their plan. By any means, stop Trump, Orange Man Bad, TDS, Trump Deranged Syndrome. But right now, let's shift our attention away from Joe Biden for a split second. And really, I want to issue this challenge to everybody. I don't care if you're a leaning Republican. I don't care if you're a hardcore Democrat or if you're an independent or third-party person who doesn't like the GOP. I'm going to issue this challenge and this challenge alone. I dare you. I dare you for experimental sake to vote Republican. And you're listening to this, you're probably like, are you effing serious? There's no way. I'm a blue dog Democrat. I'm a Green Party through and through. I'm a Libertarian Party person who will only get 3% of the goddamn electoral vote or 3% of the popular vote anyway. But I challenge. This is the challenge. Just like a water bottle challenge, just like the ice bucket challenge, the cinnamon challenge, all those stupid trendy TikTok challenges that we see today. I dare you to take the ultimate challenge in 2024, and I dare you to vote Republican, not just for President Trump. I mean, I dare you. I double dog, triple dog, whatever, dare you to vote Republican for not just the presidency, but the U.S. Senate that's in your state, for every U.S. House member. And I want to see how your life changes between what is happening right now in America, okay, with your lives, the inflationary rates, with everything going on with the housing crisis, we got the auto crisis, we got the surcharges for literally every utility on the uprise, food costs out of control. I want to see what happens if you vote Republican and you wait all you gotta do is wait 2 years, 2 or 3 years. And you can sit here and say, you know what, my life's gotten a hell of a lot worse because of, I listened to Ty Jensen on June 11, 2024, and I accepted that challenge of I'm going to vote Republican. My life's gotten to absolutely dog shit dumpster fire because I listened to this. Or, and you say, you know what, screw Ty, screw all the Republicans, I'm going to vote independent if you're an independent. Right? Or if you're a Democrat, you'd be like, you know what, vote blue no matter who. We'll just go back to it. But I want to challenge you to vote Republican, and I'm going to see the experiment of your life. Not just, my life, your life, your neighbors, your communities. Let's see how everything changes. Now, if you're a Republican, you're like, well, that's a stupid challenge. Of course everything's going to get better. But the thing is, the Democrats, especially the hardcore Democrats, not just the blue dog Democrats, or the JFK Democrats, or the AOC progressive Democrats, which hate conservatives, by the way. They hate them, they loathe them. But the challenge is, would you accept this challenge, and vote Republican, even against your own party, as a social experiment, as a cultural experiment? Do you dare make that challenge? Do you accept? Because if you accept, then let's do it this November. Let's see what the results are. Not just Trump winning the presidency. Let's see your U.S. Senator be a Republican. Let's see your U.S. House member be a Republican. Let's see your governors from your gubernatorial races to your state House and Senate legislature. Let's see your state assemblies. Let's see how it goes if they were all Republican. If everything gets better, you can come back to this video on episode 3 on June 11th, 2024 and say, you know what, Ty is, starting to be June 11th, 2027 or 2026. And life's not too bad. Life's actually nice. I can appreciate it again. Or I should not have listened to you, man. You really effed me up, man, because now I really can't afford anything. I'm going to see a social experiment how that goes. And this is the challenge for every single person in the United States to vote red, to vote Republican, and let's do the experiment. Let's all do this together. And let's have the factual data back up our voting pattern. Anyway, that's just my challenge. Anyway, as we wind down this segment, what we're going to do is, towards the end of every episode, we're going to do what I like to call this day in history. Now, these are some historical facts that I think are really cool that you might learn something from, but we're going to do these together. We're obviously going to become smarter because of it. Anyway, on this day, June 11th, 2024, in 1776, the United States Congress appoints the Committee of Five to draft the Declaration of Independence. How awesome is that? So that it can be signed on the 4th of July and then sent to the King of England in August. How cool is that? In 1880, Jeannette Rankin is born. The first American politician. She was the first woman elected to the United States Congress for a Republican of Montana, by the way, for women's rights advocate and pacifist. How cool is that? That is really cool to know. I did not know that. In 1913, women in Illinois in Illinois celebrated passage of the state women's suffrage bill, allowing women to vote in presidential elections. That paved the way for women's rights. All right, so let's keep coming down this. So in 1963, faced specialized troops, Governor George Wallace ends his blockade of the University of Alabama and allows black students Vivian Malone and James Hood to enroll. That was a huge. That also led to the civil rights movements. Also in 1964 and 1965. So this was a big deal in 1963 for facing federalized troops. Governor George Wallace again ends his blockade at the University of Alabama, which allows black students to enroll. What a powerful movement. I love that. All right, in 1964, Nelson Mandela sentenced to life in prison. In 1979, the actor John Wayne passes away. In 2004, I can't believe I'm actually reading this on air because I hated this movie so damn bad. Oh, here it goes. In 2004, Napoleon Dynamite comes out. Listen, there's a lot of people in my friends group that love Napoleon Dynamite. They love Pedro and vote for Pedro, and they do that Napoleon dance that was whatever. I thought it was retarded back in the day, but yeah, 2004, Napoleon Dynamite came out. However, this one is really, really something that I still can't believe happened. But in 2009, the World Health Organization declares H1N1 swine flu to be a global pandemic. Yeah, we already see where the pandemics is, don't we? The first such instance in over 40 years. And then less than 40 years, we had another one called the C thing. Because I can't say it here, else we get shadow banned on social media, freaking YouTube and Rumble. Probably on Rumble, but definitely here on YouTube. But in 2001, U.S. lobster survives being swallowed by a humpback whale off the coast of Provincetown, Massachusetts. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our show for the day. That is the segment of On This Day in History. Anyway, I want to thank you for listening to the audio podcast. Now, we the people have had enough podcast. I'm your host, Ty Jensen. It has been a great pleasure to come to you today. We're going to come to you every single day, Monday through Friday, as long as there's no holidays, and we want to entertain you. Don't forget to check out our other segments on Rumble and right here on YouTube for Raw Real Politics and our famous, which will be famous, rant and rave of the day. Anyway, God bless. Have a great day. We'll catch you tomorrow, and we will see you later.